Hello everyone and welcome back. Jeb Smith here. So in today's video, we are going to talk about the process of buying a home and putting zero money down for the down payment. Can you actually do that? Can you buy a home and put no money down? That's what we're going to talk about in today's video. My name is Jeb Smith. I'm a real estate broker here in Southern California, and my channel's all about real estate. So do me a favor, if you like content like this, hit that subscribe button and give me a thumbs up if you find this information helpful. So the question that I often get from home buyers, from people on the internet when I do finance videos is, can you buy a house with no down payment? And the answer is yes. You can buy a house with no down payment, but they're pretty specific in how you qualify. There are only 2 loan programs out there that I'm aware of that allow you to buy a home, purchase a home without coming up with a down payment, which we're going to talk about more in just a moment. Now, keep in mind, even if you don't have a down payment on a property, chances are you're still going to have to come up with closing costs in order to close on a property. So the idea of getting free money or buying a house without coming up with a down payment doesn't necessarily mean that you can't have any money in the bank or that you can go and buy a house without having any assets, any money at all, because that's not reality, right? You're going to have some money for closing costs, some money to prove to the lender that you have some sort of assets in most cases in order to qualify for a loan. Now, at the end of this video, we're also going to tell you what you need to do in order to start the loan process. Maybe you're new to the loan process, you qualify for one of the loan programs that I'm going to mention here in just a moment, and you want to see if you can actually buy a house. We're going to talk about what you need to do in order to make that happen, what documents you likely need to have when you're talking to those people in order to get approved. But the reason you're here is to find out about how to buy a house with no money down. Now, there's only 2 loan programs out there that I'm aware of, as I mentioned, and the first of which is going to be a VA loan. Now, a VA loan is a government-backed loan by the Veterans Affairs, the Veterans Administration. It is a loan for those that have served in the military. So if you haven't served in a branch of the military, you're not aware of what a VA loan is, then chances are you probably don't qualify. Now, there are some spouses out there from veterans that have passed away that may qualify for a VA loan, but a VA loan is typically for those that have served in the military, and they allow 100% financing. There's no max loan amount. I'm not going to get into all of the loan requirements in this video, but what I'll do is I'll link to a video here if you want more information about VA. If you're serving in the military now, maybe you've served in the past or know someone that has, and you want to provide them with some information, you can link to that video, which will give you more information on the qualifications for a VA loan in 2021. The other loan is going to be a USDA loan. Now, this is also government-backed, but it's a little bit different than any of the other loans out there, because not only are there certain income requirements that have to be met, that you cannot exceed, the property has to be deemed a rural property. So, in Southern California, where I'm located in Orange County, there are no rural properties out there, at least in my area. But 97% of the United States could qualify for a USDA loan. That's a stat that I read recently and somewhat surprising, but a large majority of the United States could actually qualify for a USDA loan, but the property has to be deemed rural, and there's a website that you can go on to figure out if the property that you're looking at actually qualifies for USDA, or to actually search for properties that are USDA eligible. And I'll link to a video here where you can get more information on USDA loan requirements for 2021. But understand, with USDA, not only do they allow 100% financing, but they also allow you to potentially finance some of the closing costs, potential repairs into the property as part of your loan amount. Now, I'm not going to get into all of that right here, but just link to that video that I mentioned a moment ago, and that will explain more detail about USDA. And lastly, there are down payment assistance programs. Now, down payment assistance programs don't lend you money. They are a program that, different programs in different cities, different counties, they all work different ways. So it's hard for me to give you information on exactly how they work, but a lot of these programs are grants. They will give you the down payment, but you still have to, qualify for the loan. So you still have to take that down payment assistance and go out and qualify for the loan. That's just your down payment portion of the loan. The problem with down payment assistance is that these are county funded, state funded in some areas, and most of them have gone away. At least here in California, a lot of the down payment assistance programs have vanished because, with all of these cities on budget restraints and trying to cut budgets and tighten budgets, the down payment assistance programs have vanished in a lot of these markets and are no longer there to assist. So you're likely going to have to do some work, some due diligence to find out what programs are still available in your area, in your market. The key is finding a mortgage broker, somebody that's knowledgeable about down payment assistance that can either tell you the programs that are available, and if not, why they're not available, so that you can understand, how those programs work. But the idea that, getting free money for a grant, it's a lot easier said than done, as I mentioned, because there's just not a lot of it out there. And finding a lender that will actually do the loan with the down payment assistance is also tough. So, those are really the only down payment assistance, or the only zero down programs that I'm aware of, is VA and USDA. And then you have the down payment assistance that can be used with other types of loan programs. But the most popular program out there for those looking for zero down or low money down is going to be an FHA loan, right? FHA allows you to put a minimum of 3.5% down when buying a property. Now there are certain income requirements and certain employment, stable income employment for a period of 2 years. There are DTI requirements. There's requirements when buying these properties, and I'll link to a video here where I talk about FHA loans in more detail, so you can figure out, if an FHA loan might be right for you. Now, it's not a zero money down, but it only requires 3.5% down, which is minimal in the grand scheme of things. And lastly, your next best option is a conventional loan, putting only 3% down. Now, conventional and FHA, when you compare the two, FHA ends up being a better loan just because the mortgage insurance ends up being quite a bit less than that of a conventional loan at 3% down. So I'm not going to get into detail about the conventional at 3% down, but understand that there is a conventional option if you want to stick with conventional for whatever reason versus going with an FHA loan. Now, what we're going to do here is we're going to talk about what you need in order to qualify for a loan. Well, where do you start? Who do you go to? What documents do you need? And what I'll do is I'll start with the documents. So if you're looking to buy a house, typically if you're self-employed, you need 2 years tax returns. If you're a W-2'd, if you're a waged employee, you need 2 years of your W-2s. The lender is going to need to run your credit, so you're likely going to have to fill out some sort of loan application. In addition, they're going to want to see, typically 2 months of your asset account statements, so checking, savings, 401ks, IRAs, all of that good stuff. In addition to that, that's the majority of it, right? They really need to see your income, your assets, proof of your down payment and your credit score in order to figure out what type of loan you qualify for. And so once you have those documents, the next step is finding a mortgage broker. How do you find one? I wouldn't recommend going online and just, searching mortgage brokers, because you're going to get a lot of these big name shops out there that are just call centers that don't really do, a good job for anyone really. So I would reach out to a friend or family member, find out someone that had a good experience, find out who their loan person was. If you don't have that person, reach out to me directly. I'm happy to put you in touch with somebody who can help guide you through the process, someone that does business the same way I do. I network with a lot of lenders out there, a lot of real estate agents out there. So if you're looking for real estate, looking for loan, reach out to me directly. I'm happy to put you in touch with somebody who can guide you through that process and help answer your questions for you, see if you qualify, and more or less make you feel comfortable in the process. So if you have questions for me, about zero down programs, about something I mentioned in this video, do me a favor, comment below. But for now, I appreciate you taking the time to watch. I appreciate all the support, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Have an awesome day. Bye-bye.